All right, we're going to get started here. So I just want to welcome you and thank you for coming to listen tonight and learn about biohacking your body. I'm sure that whoever told you about this was excited, and you'll see why, that there's good reason to be excited, and that there is so much science that backs these products up, which is why we have many physicians partnered with this company. And there's a lot of benefit in not just thinking about waiting till you have something wrong with you to start thinking about what you could do to get rid of that, but there's also that side of prevention that is really key, and that is where this comes into play as well. I'm Dr. Jessica Bueller. I practice in Oneida, South Dakota. And we're going to start by watching an ABC primetime investigative report that started this biohacking revolution in 2005.
The following is an ABC primetime investigative report that aired in 2000.
Oops. Sorry, guys. There you go.
2005. You want to get an edge on turning back the clock with just a few pills? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. As I found out firsthand, there may be a way to erase years, at least inside my body. Granted, it's down the road, but some scientists are wondering if a new pill I took might offer a very long life. It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment, a kind of guinea pig. Dr. McCord, okay. I'm here at the University of Colorado in Denver to meet Dr. Joe McCord, a world-renowned scientist. This is pretty exciting stuff you're finding, huh?
It is. We're very excited about it.
His latest research could very well unravel the mystery of aging itself. And his decades of experiments may have the potential of adding years to people's lives and possibly prevent chronic diseases like cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. It all centers around this small yellow pill, and for me, it begins with a blood test.
It wouldn't be the first time I've given blood for this company.
They want to check my levels of something called T-bars, which is a rough indicator of a person's actual age. T-bars can identify a condition known as oxidative stress, a kind of measure of the wear and tear on our bodies. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing.
Bad for the body,
Leading to disease.
leading to disease and leading to malfunction, and importantly, leading to what we call aging. It is a slow progression of increasing oxidative stress. That's the main characteristic biochemically of the aging process.
The problem of aging begins with the very food we eat to give us energy. As our cells burn that food, they also release toxic chemicals. Those chemicals, you may know them as free radicals, react with all the components of our cells, literally bombarding them millions of times per second, damaging all our cells. The result? Oxidative stress. We all have it. The body fights back with a system of defenses. It makes two antioxidant enzymes, catalase and SOD, whose job is to gobble up the free radicals before they can harm our cells. But as we get older, some of those toxic radicals overwhelm our enzymes and wreak their havoc. For a long time, scientists thought that antioxidant vitamins like C and E would lower it, but they don't.
And it's turned out in just the last 5 years or so, we see that they're not good enough tools. They're not powerful enough.
But this pill, he says, is powerful enough. In fact, many times more powerful.
So, Doctor, how often do I take these?
And so, here I go. With that swallow, I've just become part of a potentially landmark scientific experiment.
Doesn't taste bad.
It's called Protandim, and tests on both mice and humans have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us. Whether that will lead to longer life is still unknown. Experiments to see if mice live longer are about to get underway, but it's a tantalizing theory.
Right now, all we know is that this preparation decreases oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is not a disease, just like aging is not in itself a disease, but it's something that accompanies and is attached to many disease processes.
Have you discovered the fountain of youth?
I wouldn't put it that way, but we may have discovered something that will tell us a lot more about how we age, what happens biochemically, and maybe how we can slow it down. So you can see the age-related.
Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age. But in Dr. McCord's tests, taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old.
They all are reduced to the level of oxidative stress that one would expect, frankly, in a newborn or a very young child.
Back to the oxidative stress levels of a child? It sounds too good to be true. Will Protandim work on me? But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. Dr. McCord calculates the numbers. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically.
45%, that's excellent.
Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after.
Which, if extrapolated back, is the level you would see in a newborn baby.
Have we turned back the clock? Well, maybe not on the outside, but deep inside within my cells. Yes, indeed.
Would you suggest I keep taking this supplement?
I would.
And so, ancient Eastern healing and modern Western medicine may soon be working together. High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's at the very center of many diseases: liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma. I've studied all of these: strokes, heart attacks,
Even mental disease.
yes,
Depression?
Alzheimer's disease, depression. So we do know that oxidative stress is part of those disease processes. I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old and find out that I should have taken it.
The company that makes Protandim says its tests show the pill, made from ingredients used for centuries, is absolutely safe. The following is an ABC.
All right. So biohacking, like I said, this ABC Primetime report, what this company discovered with this NRF2 activator, Protandim, was something along the lines of what is called biohacking, which is just basically taking control of a complex system, in this case your body, in order to achieve a desired outcome. And there's a whole study on this using the interaction of our nutrition with our genes, called nutrigenomics. And this company, LifeVantage, is at the forefront of nutrigenomics, which is part of the personalized health market, which is over a $600 billion industry right now. It's something that is very huge for people that are really starting to think that they're going to have to do something to take control of their body, because people are noticing more and more things. They're just becoming more health conscious and wanting solutions instead of problems. So I'm going to tell you the company story here, which you could kind of see a little bit of that. But in 2003, Dr. McCord, he and his team, they discovered this blend of the 5 components that is in Protandim. And in 2003, they had one peer-reviewed published report, and they had one patent on their blend so that they could protect that patent, so there couldn't be copycats that were trying to use the exact same formula. And then in 2005, the ABC Primetime aired, and overnight they had $5 million in sales, because everyone was super excited, just like you probably were, just a little bit curious after watching that ABC Primetime. And so major universities and institutions began doing their own research to study the product, and in comparison to their own products, including in comparison to drugs. It's a publicly traded company, and so 2005 to 2009, it was on retail sales. But it just wasn't selling because nobody knew what a NRF2 activator was. And so in 2009, and the company really wasn't suited for it either. You know, they weren't at the capacity to fulfill the demand of that $5 million in sales that came in, and they were just a small biotech company. They didn't have a sales department, a marketing team, or anything like that. So in 2009, when the company was failing because they weren't selling their product, they hired a marketing consultant, and it was suggested that they switch from retail sales to direct sales. And Dr. McCord said, that sounds like MLM, and I don't want that stigma on my product. And so anyway, they did a 6-week trial, and direct sales beat every other method of distribution by so much that they switched. And so now this is why we're here tonight. We're talking about this company. We're talking about these products. And so you need to know the background that why it is what it is. But the company has grown since then from less than $10 million to over $200 million in a year. They've been featured on NBC, ABC, PBS Today, and the Wall Street Journal. What is oxidative stress? So we kind of have to go back to the beginning, right? And they kind of talked about all of this in the video just very briefly, but we're going to talk about it again. So oxidative stress is basically just damage that happens to our cells because of normal processes that happen in our body, like respiration, digestion, circulation, that kind of thing, but also in response to toxic things in our environment, toxic thoughts, you name it. So the rusting of an apple is sort of a visual that's given to describe oxidative stress, or the rusting of a car. It doesn't just happen on the outside, that wear and tear. On the inside of your car, you can tell that it's not new too, and on the engine as well. But there are also conditions that are definitely linked to every system in our body that are due to this constant wear and tear, this cumulative effect of oxidative stress and our body's inability to combat that. So this affects every single person. You don't have to have one of these conditions to have oxidative stress. You have oxidative stress. Every human does, especially after once you're past the age of 18. These are some of the major universities that have done studies on Nrf2 proteandum. We're backed by the American Heart Association, the American Cancer Society. There's studies by Harvard, LSU. Anyway, you get it. You get the picture. This proteandum Nrf2 activator is a solution for reducing oxidative stress. And the reason is this. When we eat antioxidants, they can affect our body in only a direct mechanism. A direct antioxidant can neutralize at a 1-to-1 ratio. So therefore, you have to eat the fruits, eat the vegetables, eat the antioxidants to counterbalance the effect of free radicals. And the fact of the matter is, you just cannot eat enough to get what Nrf2 activation does, because it turns on your body's own ability to produce its own antioxidant enzymes. And it does that at a rate of 1,000,000 to 1 every single second. You can't eat that many blueberries. And this is not to say that you don't need to have a good diet. You do, but who doesn't want that edge, right? Who doesn't want that 1,000,000 to 1 ratio over 1-to-1, right? So Nrf2 turns on your body's own production of enzymes like catalase, glutathione, and SOD. SOD, just for note, is the antioxidant enzyme, superoxide dismutase, is the one that Dr. McCord won a Nobel Prize for discovering. This is a study that was done on Nrf2 activation, and it said that Nrf2 may well become the most extraordinary therapeutic and the most extraordinary preventive breakthrough in the history of medicine. And man, what can you think of that can affect so many things? Oxidative stress is linked to every single symptom, condition, and disease that is out there. And this is not to say, and I should have kind of maybe give this disclaimer to start with too, that we don't claim to treat, cure, or prevent any certain disease. But we know that oxidative stress is linked to all of them, and we know that this product will reduce oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days in every single person, and it's a cumulative effect. The longer you take it, the more you'll get that reduction. So it doesn't surprise me that after reviewing all the information, they came to the conclusion that this may well be the most extraordinary therapeutic and most extraordinary preventive breakthrough in the history of medicine. This was a study that was published in the Multiple Sclerosis Journal by a drug company called Biogenetic that tested Protandim Nerf 2 against their synthetic product, Tecfidera, which is still available on the market. And their conclusions noted that, interestingly, Protandim, a dietary supplement consisting of herbal ingredients, was the most potent inducer and therefore may be the most suited as a therapeutic strategy. Wow. When do you hear a drug company say that, right? And this drug is still available on the market, and it has side effects that include brain infection and death, and it costs $52,000 every 3 months. And our Nerf 2 activator costs $120 for a 3-month supply, and it has over double the ability to reduce oxidative stress. It's the most potent inducer. It's crazy. Okay, so Nerf 2, Protandim. This combats our cellular stress. It turns on many of our own human survival genes. There's 10 to 25,000 genes affected. You can see a positive influence in several cancers and neurodegenerative conditions, including MS, ALS, Alzheimer's, and the list is just crazy. The study that was in Circulation was really breathtaking as well, and it was the first study that was ever published in the Journal of Circulation on a supplement. Isn't that nuts? So Protandim, again, the only supplement proven in a clinical study to reduce oxidative stress in humans by an average of 40% in 30 days. In a study done by the National Institute and funded by the National Institute of Health, our National Institute of Aging, over 10 years, Protandim was the only natural product proven to extend lifespan. These are just amazing things. We have the backing of NSF and BSCG, so even elite athletes can use this product without having any issues past all the screens. And it's the solution to slow down your cellular aging. So this is another issue that many people have, which is mitochondrial dysfunction. Okay, so who do you know that's sick and tired, or who do you know that's sick and tired of being sick and tired, right? So when you're back in your middle school, right, you learned about mitochondria, the energy producing part of the cell, and we know that that's our engine, right? The engine of every cell is the mitochondria. And when we eat food, our mitochondria turn that food into energy in the form of ATP. But what we learned is with that oxidative stress load that we just talked about, those free radicals, they damage the mitochondria as well. And so we know that as we age, our cells start to function less and less well less and less well as we age too. So why should you care about this? Well, if your cell's engine isn't working very well, how do you think your body's working, right? But look at all these conditions that are specifically associated with mitochondrial dysfunction, right? So why should you care? Why would you want more energy? I mean, I think anyone could answer that question specific to themselves, but we have a solution for that. And that is our Nerf 1 activator. And Protandim Nerf 1 increases our cellular energy and improves our performance through energy production. It helps with your quality of sleep and your ability to repair your cells when you are sleeping. So basically what happens is you get ATP production, you get mitochondrial repair and mitochondrial replication when you take this product. And so this is the solution to help you restore cellular youth in your body, to get those cells working like they did when they were young. Who doesn't want that? This is another product here that we have called ProBio. And this one says, to help stop leaky gut. And really, probiotics, their focus is on the health of our gut, which transpires into other areas of our body. As you can see, that leaky gut affects our sinuses, our brain, our skin, our thyroid, our colon, our adrenals, our joints, so many things. But this physique probio, and most people have heard about probiotics, and but there's a couple of things that I really think you should really focus on with this. One is that our immune system, 79% of our immune function comes from these good bacteria in our gut. So come on, who doesn't want to be healthier than they are right now and not get sick, right? So that's huge. Our gut has also been termed the second brain because of the importance of a healthy gut on a healthy functioning nervous system and brain. So that's really big. And then also, we don't want leaky gut, right? We don't want things getting to the wrong area of the body than they're not supposed to be. But what's cool about our probiotic and why I feel it's better than any other probiotic on the market is that we have a 15 times the bioavailability of any other probiotic on the market. And the reason why we have that is because we have a BioTrack lining that is that encapsulates our probiotics so that it bypasses our stomach acid and it gets to the gut where we need it to be to provide our optimal digestion and immune system function. It also has a product called Wellmune in it, which contains beta-glucans, which are similar to what is found in a mother's first milk in that colostrum. So very huge for immune functioning there. And also it is compressed, so that dynamically compressed, so that we don't have to worry about the sensitivity to temperature, light, or air. So those are big components in making it more bioavailable, and 15 times more the bioavailability is pretty ideal. Omega Plus. Now, this is to address a fatty imbalance that every American diet has. And we just have so many omega-6s in our diet, and we really, really lack omega-3s. And there's been quite a bit of research done also on omega-7s and vitamin D. So this is Omega Plus, and we put in there EPA and DHA, the two most powerful omega-3s, omega-7 for weight and metabolism, and then also vitamin D. So this blend is very potent. We can trace the bottle from the boat to the bottle. It's so pure. My kids chew these and love it. They requested over other fish oils because they've tried all of them because they've had them since they were in utero. But omegas are great for every system in your body, but your brain, your heart, your immune system, they become incorporated into every cell membrane that you have. And really, when you think about it, all we really are 37 trillion cells. So if we can activate our cells to better health with NRF2 and NRF1, and then we can get these omegas into the cell membranes and get our gut functioning like it should, man, we've got a powerhouse stack of problems that we've given solutions for. So this one is talking about NRF2 activation specifically for the skin to really help with that oxidative stress load that is in our skin, because our skin is our largest organ. It's also the most susceptible to the external forces. Whatever you're doing in your environment, your skin is going to let you know, right? And when you think about that, if we could take our Protandim NRF2 and from the inside out, we were the only supplement proven to extend lifespan, right, to actually be anti-aging. Why not take that formulation and make it into a skincare line that could give us dual effect? We have inside out with our NRF2 activator, and now we have outside in with this NRF2 activator for the skin. And this stuff is awesome. And you can see this, just one example here of this woman's face. This is our NRF2 activator for the brain chemistry. We need Axio, and who doesn't want more energy and mental clarity and focus? And this is definitely the way to unlock your brain's potential. I mean, if you want a killer workout, drink this stuff before you work out. If you want to recover fast after your workout, drink it afterwards. You know, if you need to focus for a test or give a presentation, great time to have Axio. You know, really anytime's a good time to have Axio if you're asking me, but there's 3 regular flavors and 1 decaf flavor. But what we're really getting, you guys here, is just is getting the chemistry in our brain to function like it should. We're getting the chemicals in our brain to the right part of the brain so that it responds the way that it was designed to respond. Just like every other part of our body, our brain is susceptible to the toxic load we put on it too. And so you can see this little guy on the right, before Nerf 2 and Axio, and then after just 1 week, you can see the difference in his ability to focus and write those words. I mean, if you can change a child's life like that, what child would you want to help? And this line was basically just developed by demand, right? Everyone's always looking for weight management. And I want to say that this is a weight management line, not just weight loss, because you don't have to always be looking to lose weight, but you want to have ideal body fat composition. You want to have and not get to that point where there are consequences that are coming from your weight. So there's 4 products here in our lineup. The Physique Protein Shake has a wide array of proteins, slow released and fast release, so that you get all those amino acids in. And then the Fat Burn in capsule form, 4 capsules a day. It's targeted at visceral fat. You can tell from this guy's look that it really did a good number on his visceral fat. And then the Cleanse is a powerful product, even used with this program or without. But it's 4 capsules a day for 1 week of the month. I recommend everyone do that, not just people that are trying to do the Physique line. And then that ProBio, we already spoke about that. So this can be incorporated, like I said, into any weight management system, diet, or exercise program very effectively. And then, of course, our good old friends with the 4 legs, they have a much higher oxidative stress load than we do, which is why they age so much faster and don't tend to live as long as most humans do. So people were giving their Nerf 2 activator Pro Tandem to their dogs, and so the company designed a dog's version called Pet Tandem to support joint function, mobility, flexibility, cognitive function, and to help with the shine of their coat. Okay, so the company, back to the company a little bit here. This is the innovation adoption curve. You can see where we are here along this curve. We are in the very early timing of this company, which is why you probably hadn't heard about this company before tonight. And I hadn't heard about it until only 8 months ago. And I had actually been looking for products that would activate this Nerf 2 pathway to an extreme. So what I'm telling you is that not very many people know about this company. So if you're interested in this as a business, it is a good time to join the company, to partner with the person that invited you to this meeting, if you're interested in at least just learn a little bit more. But I'm not going to tell you that much because I don't want to keep you waste your time right now, or use your time, not waste it. But I really want you to focus on the science of the products, but I want you to know that there is this business that is attached to this, and this is where the company is in this early phase. And it's estimated that 135,000 distributors in any given country stand the chance to be at this time when they adopt early into the program, where they have this opportunity of a lifetime. And we're not even at 135,000 worldwide, and we're opening in more countries every year. So it's definitely the time to get on board. This is what distributors tend to make per monthly average. You can look at this, what would an additional $580 a month do for you? A lot of times when we get into that Pro 5, Pro 6 area, we're looking at people's, monthly salaries, and definitely when you get in those elite ranks, I mean, you're definitely talking about an income replacing strategy that can be done at your own pace. But this is just the income disclosure. So how do you get started? So there's two ways basically to get started. You can get started as a preferred customer or as a distributor. Preferred customers just want to purchase the product at wholesale pricing. It comes right to you. We erase the middleman. You pick what you want. and then you're good to go. But distributors, they want to not only get those products at wholesale pricing, but they also want to share this information with other people. And so when they start, they buy a bundle of products, so that obviously if you're going to be sharing it with other people, you need to know what it did in you, right? So these are the bundles: platinum, gold, and silver. And these are our stacks. So all of our products come in a 30-day supply. The Vitality Stack, that guy front and center, this is my foundational regimen. If I could get everybody in the world to take this Vitality Stack, I think it would be such a huge game changer for everyone. But you get free shipping on all these stacks. The True Science regimen I love. It lasts me about 6 weeks, so I don't need to get that every month. But the Vitality Stack and all of the activators and supplements, they come in 30-day supply. So you do need them by the time the next month comes. So don't be turned off by that subscription word, because it's actually very good that you get it, because it comes before you run out. And that's the last thing you want to do when you start feeling better, is run out of the product that you know that you need. And then the Travel Vitality Stack, it comes in strips instead of being in the bottle, so it's just a little more convenient to take on the go. These are a few more of the ways that you get paid as a distributor. And I just want to take the time now to just thank you for coming, and remind you to please get back to the person who invited you to this presentation. I really just feel strongly about the importance of these products. The Vitality Stack, I feel like we have 4 solutions to 4 major problems. We have for oxidative stress, we have our NRF2 activator. For mitochondrial dysfunction, we have our NRF1 activator. For healthy gut, we have our ProBio, and for the fatty imbalance that we all have, we have Omega Plus. So that Vitality Stack is just really important. So just get back to the person who invited you to this presentation, and I'm going to open it up to some questions.